Gonna be okay with this one. I'm still expecting the same, you know, picks and bans coming out from TODAK. I'm not so sure about the Chang'e too much, but if it is, it's like, all right, fine. We did see it in game one, you know.
But just look at Chico right now. Just look at Chico. He's just like, I want my assassin. I want my hyper carry, and instantly, you know, he started smiling when Kufra got banned. He was like, I'm gonna get it, right? But then instantly Lancelot bans out. He's like, oh please. You see, look at his face right now. He's like tapping his fingers nervously. He's like, am I gonna get my assassin, please? Please let it go. You see, he's like rubbing his hand. It's just like, okay, we're trying to set it. Like his team captain's like trying to set things up for it. He's like, I'll ban the Kufra, I'll ban the Cho, but if they ban all 3 assassins, then I'm sorry, you had to go Roger or something else again.
Yeah, and I think for Team BOSKURR this time around, like if they can't get him off of the Roger, or at the very least, like if they stick to their own, if they stick to the draft of getting rid of all the assassins just to force Chiku to go into the Roger, I'm actually okay with it. The problem is they really need to capitalize on the fact that he is playing Roger. Roger doesn't have the best level 1.
Yes.
He doesn't have, even at level 4, it's not exactly the best either. He's kind of like, I need the items to be powerful. I still need that amount of time. I can't be an assassin where 2 items and like, I could probably 1v1 pretty much anybody on your team.
Then would you say in the previous game, if they had like either the Valier or even the Foster, not Foster, the Valier or even the Alice on their team?
In exchange
Yes.
for?
In exchange for
Selena or?
Yeah, Selena or something else.
Maybe. I mean, they never had river control anyways, and I think that was just a major point in the mid game that Team BOSKURR just couldn't handle. But yeah, the Kufra, the Atlas, the Cho, all taken out. Effective tanks and supports.
Your
Okay,
team
so
is picking.
Hayabusa is up. Chico is like begging for it. Just like, lock it in. Just lock it Hayabusa. I'll take it.
It's like, please, please, Ewan, lock it in for me. Just do it. Just do it, please.
They're like nodding heads. He's like, yeah, we'll do it. Don't worry. We have like 28 seconds to still decide whether we want to lock it in for you or not. But okay, enough jokes in here. Well, Uranus is still in the pool.
Yes, Uranus is still. Actually, a lot of things are still within the pool here. I think we need to see what TODAK. They've got a lot of directions that they can go in. But that first pick, Popol and Koopa, that should be telling us some information. Something. Okay, early game. Great poke, great, somewhat decent damage within the first 3 levels, especially when you have Popol working most of the work for you and Kupal just like chilling in the back. Where do they want to go with this particular composition?
Well, we still have a little bit more to see because we have no idea what else Team BOSKURR really want to try. The next 2 picks could be important. Still locking in the Kali. He still want to try to dominate their lane as much as possible. The second pick is going to be the most crucial. There's no Cho, there's no Kufra. But there are still other picks. Uranus is still in the pool. If Team BOSKURR tries to utilize and try to capitalize on that Uranus, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Team TODAK, who constantly tries to be such an aggressive player compared to that first game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now, instead of actually going for the Selena, as you mentioned, and going for the Farsa here, I mean, I feel like Team BOSKURR are drafting generally the same, that they want to play the 1-3-1 no matter what. And I think TODAK on the other side, they kind of need to figure out, now that they don't have access to Yuzong, they didn't first pick the Khalid. Now they have to figure out, okay, I need a strong side laner, and I also need somebody who can actually deal with the Khalid in lane. I would have preferred if it wasn't Baxia and actually leaned over a little bit more to Thamos and then pick up the Baxia later on. However, I feel like TODAK, they don't want any other opportunities for Team BOSKURR to ban out these bigger tanks. Because E1 is effective on these tanks.
Yes, very, very effective, and most importantly, very dangerous as well. So now coming with the last team comp here, Team BOSKURR is going to be securing the Roger for itself. I mean, it's like a very common counter pick, right? It's like, you know you're going to be having assassin. You want to try to pick a marksman that's really great and not only mitigating some of the damage, but also try to contest in that 1v1. Sure, I mean, you can do it with the Claude, but the Roger just seems a little bit more better since he has that movement speed, and also you can actually follow up with all of your teammates' composition here.
Yep, they're really taking their time for the second part of the ban phase here, and considering what TODAK is missing, they're still missing another side laner. I would probably get rid of Thamos and then look to get rid of Xborg as well, and just say, hey, you don't have a stronger side, you don't have a strong side lane, and plus they're on red side, so they even get first pick.
Okay, so now my real question is this one. What does Team BOSKURR need in their lineup, their current lineup, these 3 heroes, to really amp up this team fight?
I'm thinking along the lines of...
Your team is banning.
Huh, what else do they have? What else do they have going for them?
Well, there
Your
is.
team is
Oh
banning.
yeah, the
Yes.
Akai. Ah, okay. So they don't have access, like they don't have, besides the Kali, they don't exactly have the greatest of engages, and I think they need something to really follow up with everybody else. I mean, they still could pick the Selena for who knows what reason at that point, but I think Uranus is going to be a definitely, people are definitely going to be thinking about Uranus
Yes.
as well as Export.
Definitely, it's just hard to tell. The thing is, this why we have seen such a heavy game, especially in that interview video as well. They really want to try to optimize on that fighter build. Damos being banned out instantly, followed by the Yutong after witnessing that kind of engagement.
Your
And they banned out
team
the
is
Selena.
banning.
Very interesting, right? So why would they want to ban the Selena, which is currently in that entire comp right now, will be a little bit funny. I wouldn't say mess it up entirely, but just funny.
I think they just didn't want the pairing. They didn't want the Selena to actually pair up with the Popol and Kupal and then turn the direction of TODAK's composition from what was going to be I'm going to play 1-3-1, I'm going to look to pick people off with the Popol to I'm going to run a kill team running around the map looking for as many kills as possible with picks from Popol as well as Selena because one can easily follow up the other.
That's true, but wouldn't that be the
Your
same as saying
team
like you
is
should just ban out the Uranus in the first place as well?
Agreed, yes, but I do think that TODAK might consider actually picking up the Uranus for themselves.
This is going to be important. If they don't pick this Uranus here and Team Fnatic takes it by themselves, this is going to be a very scary game for them.
It's a
Carmilla.
yes and no. Oh, okay,
Your
so it's gonna be
team is
Carmilla and
picking.
Sicilian again?
No, not like this, man. I'm not a big fan of
Oh, wow, we haven't seen Daryl in so long.
that. Oh, but
No, go back to Daryl. Daryl's way more fun. The only reason I'm vouching out for Daryl is like he's a lot more fun than Badang.
let's be honest. I know you don't want any deer. You don't want the Dyrov or the Badang. You only want one and the one truly. You want the Terizla.
I want the Terizla. He got buffed, man. He got buffed in this patch. Like, they gave him a little bit. I want to see him come out. If he doesn't come out at some point of time, it's like underutilization. Underutilization. That's what I'm going to call it.
Oh yes, I was about to say it as well right after you finished. I said they could opt for the Hilda. They can. It's not that they can't. They can.
They can, for sure, for sure. Now
And
imagine if it was Hilda as well. Oh, as well. Ooh, the classics.
So funny.
Your
They ban it
team
now. They
is
pick it with
picking.
their current lineup as well. It's so funny. But the thing is this, right? Think about it this way, right? Great engagement, great amount of fighters. Changi just constantly just mow down, and not only that, she's really great at wave clearing. And with the Popol Kupa, can you imagine just board this combo in the lane where you lock one person down with the alpha rule, you just constantly harass. Even if you can't get the kill, you still force someone to back away. Majority of the lineup is very soft. Very soft. Roger is gonna have a really tough time against Changi and the Popol Kupa.
Yeah, I think both looking at the compositions, I mean, it's kind of 50-50. Each one has their own counters to the other, different ways of playing it. I am leaning towards the late game going over to Team BOSKURR overall, so I'm expecting TODAK to be playing a very fast, a split pushy, fast-paced sort of game.
Well, for me, I'm still gonna stick with Team TODAK as well because I just love aggression. Having an aggressive gameplay always literally puts most enemy teams literally on their toes. Literally
Yes.
makes them out of focus, makes them overthink, makes them hesitate. The most important thing is hesitation. A moment of hesitation is pretty much all you need to literally just dominate any kinds of fight and any kind of situation here. But whether Team BOSKURR is able to overcome that hesitation in this game, it's definitely gonna be up to them in this game.
Well, I think they have to take their time. They have to play it a lot
5
slower
seconds till the
than
enemy
they were
reaches the
trying to play in
battlefield.
the earlier stages of the
Match
game
them.
because they have to remember that TODAK isn't one to push over and they are very solid as a team. So expect them to be
Welcome
continuously
to
looking for
Mobile
proactive
Legends.
plays through their rotation. So as long as they control that river, they're going to be one step ahead of TODAK just
Yes.
because they spot them out.
It's been a while since we saw such something like this, getting the red buff in the jungle first before coming back into the lane. Ever since Moon2 changed the game, changed the fact that in the first wave in the entire game, you gain a little bit more EXP compared to most lanes.
Yep, and I'm actually noticing one where the lane lineups here. I didn't actually expect Chico to actually go into the top lane here. So it's going to be Formezi, E1, E1, and Moon going to be as the 3, while X-Ray is going to be onto the bottom side, looking to try and even up this score against Kaiser, even though it's pretty much a losing battle.
I already had this thought that they will send the purple Koopa towards this top lane, mainly because with the cold lead, you can do 20 miles damage, but here comes the early aggression. Gonna be the slow. There's a control. Although they're only level 1 and only level 2, they're still gonna be diving into the mix here. Formez level 3.
No!
Almost get it. Here comes the reinforcement. Formez all alone. E1 trying to back him up with the shield of spirit, but it's not gonna be enough as first blood will be drawn right between the two Tier 1, Tier 2 towers.
The Revitalize wasn't enough to keep him alive, and I mean, to be fair, Formezi was so freakishly close to actually picking up that kill, and I honestly think that Kaiser might have been, didn't even realize that. I think he made an initial mistake. He just got really lucky towards the end.
Ooh, here comes E1 going to be rolling into Parisa as well. I don't think he has any way to escape from this situation. He can try to do as much damage as possible, but I believe he will be slain and fallen into that one top lane. But I'm just really curious, right? Now they're noticing that two members rotated towards the top lane for the gang. Now they're gonna retaliate towards the bot lane as they will jump once again, catches Chiku, and will try to see if they can finally secure him. They will get him, and also with this tempo, break down the first tier tower in this entire game.
Yep, that first tier is looking real dangerous here, but Brisai going in quite hard into unknown territory. He shouldn't have been doing things like that. What in the world? He goes with the Sandstorm Guardian. It's not going to be enough with the quad shadow as well as the Ogi shadow kill. Falling Star Moon coming in from Kaiser to try and pick up the kill onto Formezi. Feathered airstrike as a quick follow-up. Moon is out of there. E1 is on the run, and Fakes is there to secure the kill. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade-off.
So now this is totally different. This time, like we were talking about early games and late games. Like I was mentioning early game for Team TODAK, and you were mentioning late games for Team BOSKURR. But now it's a little bit different because this time Team BOSKURR, they are just the one. It's their turn to be aggressive. They are looking for as much early game fight as possible, noticing this entire lineup setup coming from the side of the team here. Especially noticing that Chiku will not be playing the Hayabusa. It's going to be being played by Formez.
Yeah, and now, like, I feel like Chiku is going to try. The fact that he took Killing Spree, he's not looking to be a support. He is looking to hyper carry this game, but it's going to take him a lot longer in comparison to Fakes, who's already at level 7 here. The hyper carry for Mezi is still 2 levels down, so you have to keep in mind that right now, they are not in a good position.
Big pickup as well, dude. Like, amazing pickup getting the guy's kill on Formez. I actually tried to zone out Scar, but Scar just gonna be locking down, rooting him as well, just to zone him out because this turtle, they just want to try to set things up before they retake this turtle towards that bottom side.
Launch attack.
Yep, and they're already making their rotations for it. However, since they are up here, since that Team BOSKURR is already up on the top side, they're going to proxy that wave. They're going to get that shove in. They might actually commence the dive only because Team BOSKURR, they have information that nothing is happening, but they are jumping right onto it. They're going for the dive onto X-Ray. They secure the kill with no casualties whatsoever. But on the other side of the map, their informant Parisai has just been pushed out of the lane.
Gotta be careful, but beautiful catch that's gonna be stopping that channel coming up from Suppose. They will be able to secure the turtle despite losing and sacrificing their top tier tower and member as well. They'll push. And the thing is this, right? Currently they have such a momentum. It's gonna be a little bit scary. It's gonna be coming down to how E1's gonna be playing. To be able to cut Kaiser's in, and you know that exactly what I was saying as well. Changi just shreds and spreads all over across the map here.
Yeah, that meteor shower was devastating. If it was anybody else, they would have instantly died. But luckily, Kaiser took a large brunt, well, actually the full brunt of the damage.
Oh, man, that was very painful and hard to watch. It's never fun to be in the face of that meteor shower.
Yeah, it really isn't. On top of the fact that you had Boxia's all on the floor, that you got stunned up by the Guardian, by the shield as well. So it's like, you know what? At least he lived.
Oh no, actually gotta be careful as he's gonna be seeing a 3-man rotation going towards the top side. Chauffeur's getting this down low, past the better air strike, but sadly it's not gonna be enough. Although he was so close. so close to getting the kill on Super. Can you imagine how annoyed he must have been feeling, like getting gang after gang, not getting any time and space to farm out properly. Even if he wanted to get a kill, he's just so close.
Yeah, but that's just the name of the game. You gotta make them fall, make them bleed. But Team BOSKURR 4K ahead, and Fakes is so far ahead of Formezi here. E1 pulling backwards, a feathered airstrike, just a huge deterrent. Nobody can really receive the damage. Oh, and with a lightning truncheon as well. Scoopos, he's gonna do so much damage.
He's having fun, man. But Marisa Wu actually gonna be jumping right in the middle of the OD shadow kill. That's gonna be the enemy itself. But Polysamo will not be able to catch. But Formez is all alone between this 1v4. I don't think he's gonna be getting out of that kind of situation. But in the middle lane, Farsa only down the line. Beautiful stun, beautiful lockdown coming for the save. Fakers is now looking in a really great position. He gets a little bit down low. E1 taking the tower a little bit too much, and he might just fall because of the remaining of the team here. The cavalry has arrived, and there's the killing spree. And that's the end of all 3 members in the middle lane.
Oh, that's going to be a huge loss because now the TODAK is falling even further behind to Team BOSKURR. Calamity Reaper onto Kaiser as well. Now X-Ray trying to defend this turret. It's not going to be enough with all 4 members coming through. Kaiser able to pick up that kill, but Moon just didn't have enough damage with the Meteor Shower to finish off Kaiser.
Oh man, for some reason Roger is really the MVP marksman carry for today. Man. He's really popping off in every game we have witnessed here.
I mean, that's kind of the point when you are the hyper carry, but even more so in this game. 6K gold lead in favor of Team BOSKURR. Is there anything that TODAK can do to come back from this deficit?
Man, it's actually pretty difficult as well. Like, if they really want to try to turn things around, I believe they should try to avoid any team fight combo. They just need to find Scoopbox as well. Instantly comboed and popped him up, sending him straight to heaven. That one, even though Meteor Shower is going to be able to connect on Scott. Here comes E1, trying to pull out and try to set up for the team, but they're just so fast, so mobile, so tanky. They're able to just withstand any incoming damage.
Yeah, and they're going to have to continue this pressure. It's only 7 minutes into the game, a 23K gold lead. A 7K gold lead in favor of Team BOSKURR. They are looking to get as much as they can, harassing them out of their turret. And the engagement coming in from Brisa, he should be able to one-shot them. And unfortunately, Moon was a had flicker, and E1 there to save the day. But look at the side lanes, they're just completely shoved in.
Yes, and I believe in this case, right, like their only, Team TODAK's only win condition is just to really just, not to say kill Shepard, just really try to force her to be out of position, away from the team, and not just giving her free space to really try to commit that feather airstrike. Mainly because, like, although yes, Fakers is getting all the kills, right, but the thing is that he's only cleaning things up what has been set up from the remaining of this team, mainly because Coldbox is just constantly bombarding and just setting things up for the Roger.
I'm thinking of a way for TODAK to actually come back into this. But the problem is that Kaiser he's reached a point where it's very, very difficult, as you can see, for him to die. So somehow they have to isolate Kaiser away from the rest of the team, take out Face because he is the highest level, and then somehow deal with a counter engage. It's not looking too good here, especially with the lead that Team BOSKURR has. Look at that, Formezi can't even walk up to Kaiser without losing 50% of his HP.
Anyway, we can really see our dear friend Carissa, he's going to be taking out this Lord with his teammate by themselves. His Scorpion is actually going to be caught. No chance going to be disengaging from that kind of situation. Is they part of the better airstrike, trying to bombard E1 down to the ground, allowing Faker to get that mega kill for himself here. Even Holy Chris is going to be picked up by Kaiser and the Wind Talker on Fakers.
Yep, and let's see how long they can actually hold on to their ground here, because as of right now, it's Team BOSKURR's game to win. As long as they don't make those mistakes, they can easily close this game out within the next 3 to 4 minutes.
Still pushing in, Blade is going to be picked up by Parisa as well. I believe Parisa at this point just decided, like, you know what, hey, you know what, we just want to clear them out as much as possible. This will feel like a lot of damage as we jump into the mix, as we jump into the backline with the Raging Sandstorm instantly popping off. Falling Summer connects and needs to get a beautiful kill. Chico on the other hand trying to hold down the line. E1 trying to zone them up, but the better airstrike is doing a way better job at that as they slowly push down towards his mid inhibitor. Don't forget, Bono is being pushed out as well. Chico has to play with both the lane. They have no choice but to sacrifice this mid inhibitor. Alpha gets a little bit down low. So does E1, but Roger Fakers get not just one, but two. Chico not too far behind. They have to run away as Turquoise is constantly throwing out all this bombardment. and 2 inhibitors will potentially fall, and maybe even this crystal.
Yeah, they're going for the end straight away. Can they finish this off? Scott taking a large front of the damage here. Chiku is still trying to hold his ground. However, he's got no items. He's not going to be able to do that much damage. All he's got are his abilities. They defend for now, but they've already been basically kicked to the dirt. 2 inhibitors gone, half HP for the side of their core. Team BOSKURR in prime position to win.
Yes, and the best part about it, it was really a well decision maker coming from the side of Team BOSKURR, deciding not to fully commit towards this crystal because they already did their job. Did quite the amount of damage, got a bunch of kills, even got rid of 2 inhibitors. They can just take this, not to say nice and slow, but they don't have to rush into things anymore. They pretty much have a really great setting stage for themselves. Now they just need to wait for this Lord. Once they take it, and that's pretty much going to be the win condition for them here.
Yeah, and that's the win condition that they need as of yet here. Because if not, getting that last inhibitor is just going to be met with so much resistance. Having Lord just saves you all that time. And not to mention, they could even they could essentially wait for Luminous Lord as well. Because at what loss are they at if they do?
Once again in a position where not only is he able to give that information to his team, but again, because he's also so confident with his quick hands on that disengagement. My Lord will fall to the side here of Team BOSKURR once again, but Barisa on the other side almost and try to shred things down on E1. And currently E1 no ultimate in this net clash. Should the Lord try to push down towards this crystal.
Yep, and now full control over the jungle. The jungle entrances have been cut off. TODAK has no way of farming without somebody from BOSKURR knowing. And Scott, he's willing to take the damage. He doesn't care. As long as the waves push at somewhat exactly the same time, they can come crashing down into the core.
Wait, Gideon, let's be honest. What damage? I barely saw anything. That was more like a scratch, you know, more like a tickle, you know, for Scott at this point as he just constantly just front-lining it like a champ though. He's even face hitting that meteor shower like he's a goddess. Still pushing it in. Anyone trying to hold on the line. Better airstrike. No one stopping it. That's a cancel. That's a cancellation. That's going to be pretty big as well coming for the remaining of the team here. But sadly, E1 will fall. There goes the team lead. But they're just going to hit the crystal with no fear. And they will take this game.
Woo, what a good game, bringing it to 1-1. And so far, I can't really tell. If whoever has the lead just maintains their lead, there hasn't been too much of that rollback where it's like, you survive long enough, we'll eventually win the game. Still wasn't able to get to that point, and TODAK was just lacking in that goal.
Dude, it was really, I'll be honest, it was really unexpected.